So as I was saying, I'm really thrilled to have you today. And
Thank you so much.
we have been given this opportunity thanks to Oodge. Oodge, which is a culinary guide. Uh, Actually, we can find it for now on Facebook and other social media, but we are planning to have a website anytime soon so we can be like among chefs and talk about culinary issues and projects and everything that make us together stronger. So, Chef Rubia, I'll ask you to introduce yourself. Tell us
Uh-huh.
a bit about you, your journey into culinary.
Okay, so my name's Chef Rubia, known as Chef Rubia, but my full name's are Rubia Zablon. I'm from Kenya, Nairobi, Kenya. I'm a professional chef with around 12 to 13 years experience.
Wow.
I've been privileged to work in local in my own country in different five-star hotels. I've also worked in the US and in Europe for like 4.5 years. So I came back home, decided to go like follow my passion and start my own business. So I have a restaurant. It's called Chat Grill. So it's a barbecue concept kind of a restaurant, and also have like a brand. So the brand is basically a range of sauces, barbecue rub, and like salad dressings. So I recently launched the products in the market, and yeah, so that's basically me. Cooking is my passion. I love cooking. Yeah.
Okay, so how did you then since that you've been abroad and now you are back in Kenya, how do you compare those experiences?
Of course, there are two different, like, diverse experiences because you see, like, when you're abroad, even when it comes to like the payment, it's totally different from what I
Yeah.
will actually be paid in Kenya. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of experience, expertise, and like gaining more knowledge, abroad came in handy so much because I got to interact with different people with different nationalities. Worked with different like established chefs whom of course I learned from them. I picked up a few character traits. I picked up at least their values and professionalism, ethics, and those are the same values that I picked from them. I came back home and made and used them as my foundation to actually build and work on my brand to be where I am at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. That is great. And I saw that you work with like a lot of renowned chefs. So
Mhm.
how is it from you who's coming from Kenya and going there and then having to face all those chefs? Isn't it a bit intimidating? How did you cope with it?
No, I think it depends on how you look at it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
see, cooking is my passion.
yeah,
So when something is your passion, and then you actually follow up on your passion
mm,
and turn it into your professionalism, yeah, I
yeah.
think you're pretty confident in terms of what you can put on the table. So my it wasn't really like a challenge actually, because when I was working abroad, I was actually amazed to find out in some way, people have this perception like when you're a chef from Africa, you only cook like your African cuisine. You're
Yes.
not diverse. You don't know about this other cuisine. But they were really surprised to know that to see that I actually have knowledge in Italian, Chinese,
Hmm.
Japanese. And they're like, how comes you're a chef from Kenya,
And you know
Africa, and
that.
you have this diverse knowledge of the different cuisines we have in the world.
Hmm.
So I think once you have your skills, your knowledge, and your professionalism right, I don't think you can be intimidated in any situation, leave alone like in different parts of the world. Yeah.
Okay. Because I've also been working in the US and a bit in Germany, so I've traveled a bit too. And what I noticed is people are really intrigued by us when we come from Africa, like about what we know, what we can do, and even surprised to see that, oh, you know how to do that? How come you're coming from there? And they don't expect us at all to be able to do those things.
True that, yeah.
Yeah. And how I also saw that you work on cruises. How
Yes,
is it to work on cruises from cruises to actual restaurant? How is it?
it was actually pretty amazing at first, because you get this chance to like tour around the world. This time, probably for the next 1 2 months, you're in the US. The next time you're in Europe. The next time you're in the Caribbean. So it was really an eye opener because I travel a lot, interacted with different people from different nationalities, and of course, once you're exposed to that privilege, you get to learn also. You pick one or two things
Yeah.
that you'll actually operate it in your growth, and make something out of it.
And
So it was really.
isn't it too confusing to, to have all those cultures, all those knowledges together? Isn't it too confusing?
No, 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 not really, yeah. Because like I think learning is a process, huh? And
Yeah.
I believe each and every day is a learning experience. You can learn from not only from the established people in the society, but you can also learn from the guy in the streets who's asking you for loose change. You can learn something from that particular person, yeah.
Okay.
So I think what I really enjoyed mostly, yeah, was actually interacting with the different nationalities, the different in terms of the crew or the staff, and in
Mm-hmm.
terms of also the guests. So I it was also like a challenge to them, yeah, because like
Yeah.
what you just mentioned, huh? They have
Okay.
this perception because you're from Kenya now, you only know to cook your
Mm-hmm. Your
food
own
only.
food.
But
Yeah.
once they come, they see like you have like a comprehensive knowledge to other cuisines, and they're like, how comes you guys you're so like exposed and stuff? And the
Mm-hmm.
most ironical thing I came to learn, actually, in Africa we are more privileged because we get to learn more
Yeah.
about their cultures, their
Than the,
countries.
yeah.
But like most of them in Europe or in the US, when you talk to them about Africa, the only thing they know is South Africa.
Yeah, that is
No,
true.
no, no,
That
no.
is
Yeah, they
true.
don't know about any other culture, any other country in Africa. Like when you go there, like, oh, we only thought like Kenyans are good when it comes to running. So you can also cook. I'm like, yeah, of course, you can definitely cook. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. So how did you come up with the idea of your restaurant, Child Grill? Tell us the process.
The process. So I always felt like I needed to like challenge the status quo. This way, like most chefs in my country. I don't know about where you guys are coming from. Like most chefs from our country, there's these guys who are really committed to whatever they're doing. They're so passionate. Even when it comes to their annual leaves, they don't want to go. They
Yeah.
spend most of their working hours in there at work. They like they even lose out in terms of their personalities and their personal lives just to focus on probably their professionalism. But when you come to think about it, it's us guys as the chefs who have the skills, who have the knowledge, who have the expertise, and who have the know-how of what needs to be done in terms of running the F&B department when it comes to the back of house. Yeah. So I always felt like I never wanted to be like that particular chef who they never want to go to their annual leave. They just want to be at work. And I decided, I think with the knowledge and skills and expertise and the small network I have, I can make something of my own. And I decided I won't wait for me to reach that retirement age, God willing, for me to retire, but I'll actually not like retire from the industry, but in terms of leave employment and focus more on my personal objectives and goals at an early age, so that I can also get enough time to push it. So that probably when God willing reaches that time of retirement age,
Yeah.
I will have actually created something reasonable.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
That is interesting. And you never thought about staying abroad? You always wanted to come back home and have your own restaurant?
Yes, yes. Like staying abroad is good. At first, because
Mm-hmm.
you're traveling, you're meeting people, you're seeing places, all that stuff. You're also learning new things. But it reaches a point, you
Mm-hmm.
feel okay. From my side, it reached a point I felt like I was retarded in terms of growth, because it's like a routine. It's the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah. I
I
feel you on
personally
that.
yeah, I personally believe, yeah, for you to grow and develop in life, you need to challenge yourself. You need to make like the bold move and
Yeah, this is definitely
move,
true.
move away from your comfort zone, and then try something different. Something that will actually challenge you to think like differently. So I felt like for those 4.5 years, my life was, it was like I was like a robot. I'm programmed the same thing. You wake up at the same time, you do the same thing, same working hours, crazy working hours. But now I decided, you know what? I think I've had enough of this. With the knowledge and experience I have gathered for the few years I have, I think if I go home with the right plan, the right mindset, the right passion, the right focus, and professionalism and the consistency, I believe I can do something I can do something quite interesting at home. So that's why I decided to resign from my work in the US, came back home, and then now decided to focus more on my projects.
Okay. And how did you find the spirit back home after all those traveling you did? Coming back home, working with people that are actually like cooks there. How was it?
Of course, it was difficult at first, because you have to adjust. Change comes with a few adjustments that you need to make. So now me coming from the US, coming back Nairobi, Kenya. You have expectations. You're used to being paid this particular amount of money in a month, but that cannot happen in your country. So you're used to this particular standard of doing things, standard of like cooperating. You have like a specific stuff already maintained. But now when you come home, you have to sacrifice a lot and actually humble yourself to have like humble beginnings, small beginnings, and then now later, now you work your way up towards your goals and objectives. So that's what I did when I came. I started actually on a low note. Worked with a few establishments actually, and then now from that point now I stabilize and work myself up.
Okay. And you said that you just launched your own brand of barbecue sauces. How I'm making a link with that, with the actual situation with the the COVID-19 and everything. Was it okay for you to do it now, or how was it financially, economically? How was it for you to deal with COVID and launching your own brand? Wasn't it too difficult?
Actually, no, I did no COVID came in two different angles. So there is a bunch of people who probably they were really like, knocked hard by the COVID situation, lost their job, lost a lot of things, changed their whole lifestyle, and it totally affected probably their income and everything, right? But now on the other hand, ironically, it was the opposite with me. I don't know, God works in mysterious ways. So if a lot of people were actually they have lost employment, they've been struggling and all that. I was actually working before. I was actually working in a five-star in an international chain of hotels. I was the executive chef over there. So I've been there for the last 4.5 years. So it reached when COVID came in May. That's when I decided to resign and focus more on my actually personal projects. I was, guys were asking. I was even doubting myself. Like, guys are losing work because of guys actually, looking for employment, and here I am. I have this privilege that I want to resign and then go and do. So, but I said, you know what? Let me just move on. Let me challenge myself. So I resigned from employment in April. I had the idea of the sauce in terms of a write-up, paperwork, and also had the idea of restaurant, restaurant. So I had not actually implemented it. You know what? I have these ideas which are actually probably drafted them on paper. I think this is the right time, despite all this happening, the COVID situation, guys losing, loss of businesses and loss of everything. I probably think this will be the best time for me to actually actualize on these ideas that I have. And I went for it.
So it was almost like an opportunity for you.
Sorry?
Yeah.
It was almost like an opportunity for you, actually.
Exactly. It was like an opportunity, and I had like tapping that opportunity. So of course, at first, like whenever, like what I say in life, starting points are definitely difficult.
Yeah.
Anything you need, anything before anything you want to start in life, definitely business, if it's marriage, if it's if anything, definitely there's some hurdles and challenges here and there. But of course, as you progress, you work to overcome those challenges, and you just learn and adopt accordingly. So that's basically what I did. And at the moment, I have the product in like 7 different main marketplaces in Kenya
That is
where they
nice.
stock
Wow.
where they stock the product. So you find actually like whatever in terms of revenue returns, whatever I'm making right now, even if I go back to that particular hotel, they cannot afford to pay me that at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you just started, but are you thinking about exporting it, like sending it abroad, like elsewhere in Africa or maybe in Europe or somewhere else?
Definitely, definitely. I'm actually shipping the products to Rwanda. I have a partner in Rwanda
Okay.
who gets them, and then he also like has his own distribution network. He does the distribution. So definitely, definitely, I've already started with Rwanda, and I'll also try to work with the small network I have in the different parts of other countries in Africa to do the same.
You need to think about Africa too.
I agree.
We'll be waiting for your sauces here.
I agree. We need to try your sauces. Definitely.
Definitely, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yes. And so there's something I think I missed. You having a restaurant and you're also a private chef, right? Correct?
So no, I'm actually have a restaurant.
Yeah.
I have a brand which is the sauces and the wrap.
Yes.
I'm like a consulting chef. So what I
Oh,
do,
okay.
like upcoming restaurants, hotels, and establishments. So I actually work with them at the initial stages in terms of writing for them the menus, do the create the SOP, train the staff, and then leave them on a certain level, and then I just leave them to now operate on their own.
Okay. And you do that only in Kenya?
All in Kenya, yes.
Okay. Are you thinking
Okay.
about doing it somewhere else?
Definitely. If
Yeah.
if there's an opportunity, why not? Like I told you, I love challenging myself.
That is nice. And how do you do between those three, your restaurants, the brands, and this? Isn't it too complicated to manage the three of them?
At first it was, but
Mhm.
like if I have a very great team that is really supportive in the and they share the vision I have of the company in terms of the product line and in terms of the restaurant. So no, because of the good team that I have, I don't really get so much involved in like the operational part of it. I'm more like on the management, providing, dealing with the suppliers, payments, and all that, dealing with probably there are such kind of management issues. But now it comes to operational, I have at least responsible guys who normally represent me in the right way possible. Now
Okay.
that gives me time now to now focus more on my
Yeah.
pushing the brand, on doing the consultations, and also doing some TV shows and those other things,
So
and
that means
travel.
that you're less cooking now, or are you still going to do some cooking?
No, I still, from the restaurant, yeah.
Hmm.
From Wednesday, Fridays, and Sundays, it's normally the most busiest days. So
Okay.
automatically, those things are normally locked in for that. So I work in the kitchen with my team.
Okay.
I'm always, I'm always operational. So besides doing all this
Hmm.
management stuff, yeah,
Hmm.
I work with my team closely. So sometimes I surprise them on these regular days. I just go, you know what? I'm like, today I'll be working with you guys. So I'm the one who's doing this and this and this and this and this.
Okay,
I
that
work
is
with them
great.
just to understand and also feel like you're also supportive in terms of what they do as well. And you also appreciate them.
That's
That
good.
is great. That is
That's
great.
good.
And how was the situation with COVID and your restaurant? Did you have
Uh,
to close it, or how did it go?
yeah, so the situation, of course, it was messy. And we had to close down for a while. And we had to, when we came back, yeah, even at the moment, you're not like 100% operational. We're only doing like online food delivery at the moment
Okay.
because of the situation.
Oh.
Most people are not willing to like go out, sit
Mm-hmm.
down. And if you're running a restaurant, the people who will be coming and as walk-ins to eat at your restaurant, they won't sustain your visit. So the best way we thought it will actually work out pretty well was
Mm-hmm.
to do it online, which is awesomely working so well.
Okay, that is great. And are you able to work with local farmers, local produce where, there in Kenya?
Yes, definitely. besides actually the restaurant, I have another company. So the I do supplies of fruits and vegetables to different establishments, even hotels. So with that, I work closely with farmers to probably get their produce. You know, like you talk to farmers, you tell them what probably moves on more than whatever is supposed to, like in terms of your deliveries. So you work closely with farmers to provide you with the right ingredients with the right quality point. So that when I'm doing the delivery to this particular hotel, you know, they also have their own quality points to consider. And I can only work with specific farmers who will also adhere to the exact quality points that are actually needed for the business. Yeah, so definitely we support each other from you know, like even in my own restaurant, yeah. It has like a replicable effect. So I buy produce from the regular farmers. I buy my meat products from the regular farmers who actually do the meat. You know, so it's like a chain that that goes round, and in a way it also goes back to the small person who's the farmer, small person who's probably the delivery guy who also makes money when he does the delivery. So it's a chain that actually each and every person benefits out of it.
And did that partnership suffered from the situation, the health situation?
Yes, definitely did. Because you know, after the COVID situation became so serious, yeah, most establishments closed, most hotels closed down. So once hotels closed down, there was no supplies. The chain was cut. And the worst thing as well, you find like the farmers who had actually probably planned and planted their produce, they had to like probably sell them on low prices so they get rid of it so that it goes bad, or probably let it just spoil and all that. So definitely has a huge negative impact on the business. And even at the moment things are gradually stabilizing, but you're not yet there still.
Okay, I see. And with the other chef we had here, we talked about the fact that we are not really, how can I say that? We are not really famous or known amongst us ourselves, you know? We know a lot about European chefs, American chefs, but us as in African chefs, we are not really known. So do you think there's something to do here? Something to do to make us stronger together, make us work together, make us known?
Yes. So yeah, like what you said is really true, unfortunately. Because I'll give you a live example before I answer your question. I used to plan like events, like a fine dining dinner event. I would probably do like a 6-course menu, and I'll actually partner up with an establishment, and I'll probably charge like around $750 for the 6-course menu. And probably you won't get the right support in terms of turnover of people. You probably, if you're targeting a particular group of people, you probably get 40 or 50%, because you're Kenyan, you're this and this and this. But now switch it round. Chefs comes from France, from Germany, from Italy, comes here. Yay, we have a 6-course menu. The same courses in terms of the menu. 6-course menu, and he's probably charging double what I was charging.
And it's okay.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay because he's here, he's foreign. So the event will be overbooked. They'll even lock out some slots. He's foreign. So I feel like I don't know about the other parts of Africa, like locally from our own. I feel like we don't support each other. Answer your question.
I agree.
Yes, sir. So I think the best way, before we even think about now us guys getting to be known out there, we need, charity begins at home. We need first to start recognizing our own.
I think there is some education to do.
Yes, we need to understand our own. We need to appreciate our own. We need to support our own. And now from that point now, if we start now from let's say from my own country now, this one, it will go to our neighboring countries. Then we come to realize it's the whole of Africa. We are united. Now we are like this chefs forum that does 1, 2, 3. We don't need this slow foods and world chefs forum for us to be good. We can do that in our own continent. We can do that. And it will probably like be joining hands and working with them. Yeah, we'll be doing that on also like a different platform of these chefs from Africa. We well represented from this particular countries, but now on this world forum. But I think the only thing is now we need to like support each other.
Yeah.
Promote each other. We need to like acknowledge what we do. And now once we have that foundation, now these other things will fall in place. Because even if we have like we create a forum, we want to do this and this and this, but there is no that relationship
between us. Yeah.
Yes, it won't work.
It won't work. Yeah, you're right. You're right. So, what? How can I say that? Do you think? How do you think we should do that? As in, because that's what we're trying to do with Oodge, you know, trying to bring us together, make people know each other, different chefs know each other. So do you think in the long time, there's something here we can do? So maybe an event when you, Chef Rubia, you'll be able to come, and maybe another chef from South Africa or from Rwanda, and then we just be together, cook together, and do something so we can just share our experiences.
Yes, I think definitely. So I will actually first like to commend you guys for actually this platform. This is the beginning. This is the start. I think this is how we should first start. You know, like what you guys are doing. You've created that platform where you get chefs and professionalism from different parts of different countries of Africa, where you bring them to the platform, they share the experiences, you engage, you talk to them. Now, once we do that now probably we can now, like what you saying, can now create forums. Like not really, not necessarily like events, but you know, like chef forums. You know, we can do little competitions. If it's just like seminars, you know, like what ways out in terms of how us being as chefs from Africa, we can come up with the best plan to also recognize not only in the continent but also worldwide, so that someone knows by the you know what, there's this particular chef from this particular country called Chef Allison. You know, someone can relate. We don't want to be only recognizing chefs from Europe and the US, while we have our own chefs who are actually much more better probably than the chefs actually.
I agree.
I agree. So probably now this such kind of, and also probably like, you know, forums where we can meet, change ideas, also contribute more in terms of debates where we can move forward as African chefs. You know, like even like come even if it's like five chefs of Africa, come up with like a particular menu that consists each and every ingredient from those different countries that represent that particular group. And you know, to do like a culinary tour in the Europe and the US. We say there's this particular group of chefs from Africa, and we're having events, maybe dining events for this particular menu. So then probably for the next 1 month, this week will be in Germany, the next will be in the next will be this particular region. Yeah, just to create and do all that stuff. But now also do that as we also promote our own cuisine, because Africa we're really blessed when it comes to ingredients. We're really blessed. Our food culture is way much more bigger, richer than the one in the US. Yeah, so we just need to tap into that, do like a fusion, you know, something creative that we can also introduce to the outer world, so that can also appreciate our food cuisine and understand, even us guys as Africa, we also have something to offer when it comes to the culinary world.
That is great. Those are great ideas. I think we're gonna do some great things together. I appreciate that. And do you have a concept for you, your own restaurant? Do you have one thing that is how do I say that? One thing that you are still following in everything you do? One, how do we say, one leitmotif? Do you have something like that you always do, or that's something you always follow, like a rule, something?
Yeah. You know, like I normally tell my team, cooking is an art and it's a passion. So besides the regular SOPs that we have in place, I just tell you know what, you guys come here, have fun. You just come, have fun. Let's be creative. Let's do this. So I'll tell you like an example, like what I normally do with my guys. So during I normally have like promotions, definitely. Like in the restaurant business, you need to have promotions once in a while to push one or two things. So I give them a challenge. I tell them, you know what, come, you guys create something. Let's make it like a physically cook it. Let's taste. Let's see how it's done and stuff. And then after that, now let's put it out there as a promotion and let's see how it goes. And when you do that once, probably it's like you're creating like a competition in a way, in a positive way. You're challenging them, and they are also growing in terms of their skills and knowledge. And it also directly impacts because whoever will win over the meal will actually do that particular meal for a promotion. And when it comes to that, also the reward in terms of monetary and also in terms of just to motivate them and keep it.
Okay.
You really sound like a fun boss, actually.
No, like what I believe, like in the hospitality industry, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of, work hours, pressure in terms of food. So I believe in giving that conducive environment for my team to be able to feel like they are part of the course. So that's basically what I try to do.
Okay.
Okay, so I have a question. Like, what are your inspirations for your cuisine? What really inspires you?
Okay, so for my cuisine, definitely, like I told you, we need to get the African cuisine known all over the world. So it's an Afrofusion. It's yeah. So I do like our own local cuisine, but now I twist it and merge it with now the continental cuisine, so that it cut across a wider audience at the end of the day. So Kenya is basically known for nyama choma. Nyama choma is a red meat, the roast meat. So my restaurant is actually that concept. It's a barbecue concept idea of a restaurant. Yeah. So I try to look at whatever guys are doing in terms of all that grilling meat kind of culture, and now do it with a twist. So it's the same guys are normally used. Yeah. Now because I'm also a professional, I give it just a twist and the more kick and punch to make it different. So you taste the same meal that you eat, but it's done in a different way. Wow experiences by what you do.
Okay. Olivia, do you have any other
questions? Yeah. So I don't know how to say this, but how does the COVID situation affected your personal life as a private chef?
As a private chef. So I will actually say it actually affected myself in terms of projects. So the project that I actually planned for to work, the company that actually was planning to work with in the course of the year, it could not happen because of the situation. So probably the company closed, or probably they are still operational, but they don't have now the funds to do those projects. So it had to hold everything until further notice.
Okay.
Yeah, and the industry as a whole in Kenya, it has really affected the industry because so many hotels are closed down, and which means so many people have lost employment. Yeah. So many guys were depending, on these hotels for them to put food on their tables. Apparently, they all closed. Most of the hotels closed, and they were left to be unemployed. So they could not. So lifestyle changed. So even some had to move from where they were living because they could not be able to pay the rent. Some had to move back to their rural areas because life was becoming unbearable in the city and all that. Yeah. So, which, by the way, I also came to see it as a challenge. We need to, like, us guys as chefs, we need to like think outside the box. As much as we are working in the hotels, we should also have something to fall back on. Because you know how establishments are. Sometimes you'll be working in a hotel, the management changes, and then everything changes. That means they are bringing their own stuff. Yeah. So I think for us guys as chefs, because we're the ones who have the skills, the knowledge, and the expertise, we should also have something on the side in case of any eventuality. You can also fall back on and have a soft landing. Or if not because of any eventualities, it will also help you and something in whatever you're currently earning by the end of the day.
Okay.
Okay. And are your products available in different other countries? Like you say you planning to sell your sauces around Africa, and you also say that you're working with farmers about fresh products. So I would like to know if are you planning to like make them available like for
Online?
other different countries? Yeah, online or with other different countries?
Okay, for the products, definitely yes. That's why I'm planning with Rwanda at the moment. But as I grow, definitely, and now also move into different parts of Africa, God willing. And in terms of the fruits and vegetables, that one not really, because it requires whole like new involvement in terms of when you're actually exporting fresh produce, you need to have like a ready market because they don't have a long shelf life. So when you're exporting, you need to be sure like you're exporting to a point, and it's already planned for in terms of where they'll be going and what they'll be used for. But now when it comes to like just exporting things randomly, it will be a challenge when it comes to fresh produce. For the sauce, definitely yes, because it has a longer shelf life. So I can export even if it stays for like 1 year, that's okay because it can keep for that long.
Okay, and what advices can you give to let's say a young chef who's coming from abroad and wants to go back home? Like, what advices can you give to that person who's like aspired to create his own restaurant or like produce like a lot of product in back home?
I think the best advice is when you're coming back home, you should have a plan. First of all, you should have a plan. You should believe in your ideas. You should be passionate about what you do. You should have consistency. You should have discipline, and also professionalism is key. So once you have all that, you also need to have like a humble beginning. When you're climbing a ladder, you can't start on the big staircase. You need to start fast. So they also need to be open-minded enough for them to start from the bottom.
Yeah.
Because once you start you grow your way up, you'll get to you need to appreciate the journey because you know you came from and you know the hassles, probably whatever you went through for you to be there. So whenever you guys come from the different parts of the world, there's a culture shock in a way because they used to be
definitely
about you have this particular lifestyle. Coming back home, you can't do this. So you just have to like put it in your mind, be open-minded enough. Now come back home, just accordingly flexible enough, and then have a starting point and now think of where you want to see. Like how they normally say, you can have like a small beginning, but you have a big mind. So in terms of where you want to see yourself, that's all that matters. Your focus, that's all that matters.
What you're saying is really, really true. Because usually when you come from abroad, you come back home and you think that, oh, you can do everything. You are Superman, whatever.
Yeah.
Being humble, that's a really great advice. Yeah. And I have a question. Actually, do you have a special ingredient for your sauces? Something that nobody needs to know about?
Yes. Can you keep a secret?
Yes, I can.
Okay, nice. I won't tell you.
That's great. Okay. And do you do them yourself? Only you, or do you have people working with you and then you add that special ingredient at the end?
Are you
No,
your
no.
own taster?
Yes, yes, of course. I'm the standard quality point. So I have to be there to ensure things are done in the right way, in the right procedures, in the right consistency, and also the flavor, taste, and all that stuff. Because as a new company, the most starting up a business, of course, it's harder, but the most challenging part is now maintaining those standards. It's like running a restaurant. Opening up a restaurant, you can do that, all that, yeah, blah blah blah. You get people and stuff, but now what happens 2 years down the line after you've already actually opened the restaurant? So it's your standards and your qualities that will keep you afloat. But now, if you lose on that, then you lose the whole essence of your operation. Yeah. So I really, really try to maintain the qualities in terms of consistency, tastes, flavor, color, and everything, even the packaging. So that if someone bought that particular sauce probably in November and he comes by the same sauce probably in February, he won't notice that consistency.
Okay, that's good. That's good. And where do you see yourself in, like, let's say 2 years? Where can we see Chef Rubia in 2 years? More
Yeah.
restaurants, more products. What is it?
Yeah,
Coming back to Africa's, because we need that sauces too.
in 2 years, I will actually be a lot. My product will be in different parts of Africa. Sure. Because at the moment I'm already engaging with a few people who are to help and to assist and push the global project. And besides, that's the product part, yeah. For the restaurant, I'm thinking of having different outlets in Kenya. I'm having my second outlet in April as well. So at least it's a good step. So I want to have like a different outlets in a specific different parts of Kenya, and also franchise the brands to different parts of Africa. Like what I've just said, we need to like broaden up our horizons and also incorporate.
I'm in. I want to be part of it.
So the same thing. So expand my restaurants in terms of different outlets in Kenya, and also franchise it, not anywhere, but within Africa first before anywhere else. So within Africa, have different branches. I won't mind if I have a branch in Rwanda, the other one in Lagos, the other one in Abidjan, the other one. That's different places. Yeah.
Okay.
And when it comes to that now that's when network of now us as chefs will come in handy, because I know I want with this particular thing, and I know if Allison will be there, that is her baby is going to take care of that. Yeah.
That is great. That is great.
Do you?
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do you probably plan to launch a book, maybe?
Cooking book?
Like, a cooking book.
It's actually in progress.
Oh, nice.
It's actually in progress. So it's been really an amazing journey, because I'm getting a lot of support from local companies who are in the food industry, who also want to be part of that noble project. So I'll give an example. I have like it's like the hugest dairy company, the hugest daily product delivery company in Kenya. So I've actually partnered up with them. I'm using their products in making some of the recipes in the book, and they're actually investing in that in terms of they're paying for that. They're paying for the production of the book, and also when I'm doing the recipes, I also do like a product placement on all the images, and also mention them on the recipes. So it's coming along. Yeah, it's coming along.
That is great. That is great. I like your energy, your spirit. This is great.
No, like I told you, yeah, whatever those guys are doing there, Gordon Ramsay, whoever, Oliver, and everyone there, yeah, we can do that in Kenya. We can do that in Kenya, in Africa. We can, if only we like work together, have a focus, probably a platform where we know we have a position where one can definitely do that. We don't need to be flying chefs from Germany to come and cook in Kenya. I can get someone from Ivory Coast to come. Yeah, or vice versa. We don't need to get someone from there to come in, because whatever they're coming to make, we can do that.
We can do it, yeah.
I can do risotto. I can do sobes. I can do everything. So why would I want you come here? We pay a 5-star hotel for you. We give you millions of dollars before you go back. You get all the privileges. Like just to add on the same, yeah. I don't know how we're gonna there's this notion, they value more chefs from the Western world than their own. So find a chef will come in Kenya, millions of dollars. They'll be given a mind, a place, given a Range Rover, and medical cover for the family. Children will be taken to a national school paid by the company. And if you're a local, whatever that is. So we need to change that.
Okay. So I have one last question, Chef Rubia, before we call off. How would you describe the Kenyan cuisine to an Ivorian foodie, like eager to discover?
So yeah, I would say it's in two ways. So of course the local feel, the local where that is where the majority goes. Now that's Nyama Choma. We get also other local cuisine in the streets. It's very vibrant, but it's very vibrant in the local food. And now we have this other side of where I have now the professional side of it. So it's like the local food, probably made in a nice fine dining kind of way. Even the cost is actually way off the roof. So I would say the local food is actually more appealing to more people, and and it's basically Kenyan cuisine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Chef Rubia, for your presence. And I would agree with Aria Sena right there. She said Kenya is in a bucket list, and it's on mine too. So we definitely have to go to Kenya to discover your cuisine. But thank you so much for being there today with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your time. And we are definitely looking forward to see you here or have a partnership or something like that.
Definitely, whenever you guys are ready, let me know. I'll be there in a second.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chef Allison, as well. And thank you guys for coming today, for being there for our second English webinar with Chef Rubia. And I wish you guys to have a nice Tuesday. And we're going to see you for the next one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.